Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another series on Escape from Tarkov. I've been playing Escape from Tarkov for quite a while now, and I'm kind of getting pretty well used to all the weapon systems and, you know, all the parts of the game here. And I thought it'd be quite a nice and interesting idea for me to go through every single weapon system and actually review and see what all of them actually like compared to the rest in the game. So essentially I'm going to be reviewing, rating and testing each weapon system in the game. So by the end of this series I will determine my best weapon of each class, also give you an understanding of which weapons are best in my opinion. So I'll be rating each weapon by a point system that I've made on a spreadsheet, Excel, gotta love that, by reviewing each stat on the weapon and also by testing practical in-game performance, so that will also give me points as well. So each weapon will be tested in 9 categories and scored in each. The weapon with the highest points at the end wins. So the maximum points a weapon can get, from my opinion, and my little spreadsheet I've set up, is 150 points. Okay, here's the weapon review scoring system that I've set out on an Excel spreadsheet, and this is how I'm going to score points in each of the 9 categories for the tests that we put forward for every weapon system. So explaining this, so starting with the ammo rating, essentially the points are set up 1 to 10 in this one, but the ammo rating is split onto 3 subcategories: damage, penetration power, and armor damage. So first of all, we'll look at the ammunition's damage, and if it has above 50 points, or damage, should I say, it will have 5 points. Going across to the penetration, if it has above 50, another 5 points. If above armor damage, another 50 again, another 5 points. That equals to 15. So it's kind of self-explanatory. All I need to do is look at my scoring system, look at weapon stats, and then give it the related points. Moving across to the custom options, it has a little MP, as you can see next to the title there, which means multiple points. So for every one of these individual items it has on the weapon customization, it will gain a point. So drum magazine, grenade launcher, handguard, it can go up to 10 points. It could even have 4, 5, whatever. It depends on what the weapon has. The custom options MP multiple points is also the same in the range test, because obviously when I'm shooting that weapon system I want to tick off some things on there. So small grouping, low vertical recoil, I'll tick it off and it can gain up to 10 points once again. As you can see, it's really self-explanatory. It's the same across the board for all the other tests. Range, cost, it's just literally looking how much it costs, or how far the range is, whatever it is, whatever stat that has that weapon, it will just correlate to the points on that scoring system, and then we would add that up. So as you can see, the maximum points each category can get is, so the max points of ammo rating is 30, cost option is 10, all 10 across the board, other than the ammo rating, which is split on 30. In the actual tests, some of them are combined. For example, the KIST or the cost and cost kitted. Them two are combined to one little test because you don't need to split them up. So that you can see in the actual review, we'll probably have like 20 points for them. So I'll probably combine them just for ease of the video editing and the review itself. But maximum points you can get on a weapon is 150 points, and then I'll put it into the leaderboard at the end. And at the end of the series, I'll probably move some weapons around how I found, to my opinion, more or less. I know I've got operator opinion there, as you can see, Death Wish is probably the worst. Up to the top is Delivers Hate, which is what I really like. But at the end, I might see one that I liked a little bit better than the other, because over that experience of each episode of each use of weapon systems, my opinion may change. But that explains the rating system of how we're going to rate every weapon in the game, in my opinion. And yeah, so I hope that is kind of easy to follow. I'll have a link to this, I think, maybe in the description or picture uploaded somewhere, so you guys can just look at the scoring system if you want to, just to kind of go along with me as well. So yeah, hope that explains it. So let's move on to the review of the AK-12. So here is the first weapon system we're reviewing. It is the Kalashnikov AK-12 5.45 x 39mm. It's an automatic rifle. It's the prime model of the individual small arms for personnel of the motorized and other units of the Russian armed forces. AK-12 is part of the Ratnik equipment system, and it was designed and produced in 2018. So it's quite a new weapon system, so it's quite modern, which is pretty cool. I love these AKs, which have obviously moved on from the wooden stock and handguard. Look pretty neat, so it's nice. So we'll go through the parts shortly when we get to that stage of the rating. But it's nice. It's a nice weapon system. It looks good. But we'll see how much it fares up in comparison to other weapons. So we've got quite a good bit of stats here. Fire rate 700, effective distance 800 here. So this will be judged out in our ratings. So the ammunition we have is the 5.45 x 39mm. PBBS GS Ergonomics is probably one of the best rounds up there. The BS and BT ammunition, which is for this weapon. So for this round here, the PPBS, which is the best one you can get, I think, for this rifle, is pretty good. So the damage we're getting from the actual weapon, or the ammunition, sorry, is 37 damage. The penetration power is 62, and the armor damage we can get up to is 59. So that gives us about a 15-point score there, working it out altogether. So it's not a bad rating, 15. It's not 30. It's about half for the ammunition rating. There is better ammunition, which is more powerful. But it's not bad. It's good. It's definitely mid-tier, so it's definitely reliable, and it does its job. But for this weapon, it's the best round ammunition you can get in this rifle. But in the list, in comparison to the other ammunitions we're going to go, we're giving it a score of 15 for how powerful this round is. So yeah, nice. Moving on. Alright, so the weapon modifications on the AK-12. So let's see how much options we have here to determine how much points we are going to give this weapon system. So starting with the magazines variations, got a fair few there, so there's a point there. Grenade launcher is possible, which is another point. Next, the handguard, we only have one, which isn't great for variation to increase stats, so we'll have no points there. Can put laser and attachments here. We can put attachments and lasers on the weapons, on the sights, on the handguard, sorry. So that is good. That's a point there. On the muzzle brake, you can put a silencer. Only one. There's only one there, which sucks a little bit. But we can have both a silencer and a muzzle brake, so we'll give that a point. Yeah, we'll give that a point. Top rail. You can't have a top rail, which sucks. Well, we can have just one, not multiple options, so we'll have no point there. You can put all the sights on it though, which has obviously got the Picatinny rail, so we'll have a point there. Stocks, we can adjust. This is a bit tube on it, our AK tube, the AK-100, so we'll have a point there as well. The pistol grip also has multiple pistol grips, so we'll give that another point. And then it's a single fire for auto and burst, so we'll give that another point. So this weapon, all in all, has 8 points for weapon modifications, which is not bad. It's quite high, because you pretty much customize most parts of the weapon system. So yeah, cool. Effective distance, so it's the 800 meters, that's maximum points, so I have 10 points for this, for effective distance, which is good. Standard ergonomics of just a weapon on its own, brought from the box as it is right now, as we can see. So the ergonomics ain't too bad. 57, 68, and 205. Let's just make sure it is stock, so we go stock preset. If we bring this back to here, so 57, 68, 205. It's not bad, really, but out of the box. Good vertical recoil, and ergonomics is about mid-level, as you can see, 50, which ain't too bad. So upon looking at my Excel spreadsheet to give those points, I'm going to give that 18 points on that. So it's not bad for the standard ergonomics. That's quite high. It's almost at maximum points, which is 30. So that's really good for a standard weapon systems on its ergonomics and vertical recoil and horizontal. So this is it maxed out in comparison. So now you can see the stats have increased, not by a lot in terms of horizontal and vertical recoil. That's because it's not fully customizable, which is a bit frustrating because in terms of the handguard. Might have done a few of these things wrong. There might be a way to have this a little bit better. There is. I might have missed it out, but I've pushed the ergonomics up to 79 from 57, which is good. Recoil has dropped down a little bit as well on both those. So that increases my next for kitted ergonomics to 21 points. So we've increased it by 3 points now. So that's another 21 points in the bag. Okay, so the cost of both these weapon systems, standard and kitted. So we'll have a look at the standard. We're getting 6 points. So if we go to find parts here, we can see the weapon system is only at 46,000 rubles. For someone that's roughly about that. On the traders probably as well. 46,000, so that's going to give us 6 points there. And then for it fully kitted, it's 500,000 rubles. It was to kit that out completely, all of it combined. So that's going to give us a point of 6 as well. So 2 points there, which ain't too bad. So that's our scoring system for all the stats and the pricing and everything like that. So now we're going to get in game and test the weapon out on the range and in a raid. Alright, here we are with the weapon system on the range here, as you can see. It's rather nice, if I say so myself, the AK-12. Nice looking. Just check the ammunition we have. We've got PSG S ammunition, unfortunately, because we are not that high level to have the badass ammunition. But we have obviously rated ammunition we can use in this. So we're going to do a few tests here. 5 tests. So we're going to do a small grouping, 6 shots, and a small grouping with burst. But first, just have a look at the up to shoulder. It's pretty quick, you know. That's pretty good. I would say that's quite nice, especially in a combat situation. You know, that's nice. Flip to the side. I would give that 2 points. You know, that's quick. The hard thing is comparison. The grouping's gonna be a bit interesting, but that's good. So let's go for a 6-shot grouping, and we can also judge the recoil as well. So we're on the head. I love that snap. That is snappy. Okay. So we'll go 6 shots on the head now. Let's go for it. It's quite jumpy still. Horizontal. Vertical is a bit jumpy on that. That could be a lot tighter. So I'm not going to give 2 points on that whole vertical recoil personally. I definitely felt about weapon systems. So vertical recoil, the small grouping size, I give it a small grouping size. I think that's more down to my skill set really. More than anything. A small group size, I'll give them 2 points for that. But a vertical recoil, it's not great. It's still quite jumpy. Let's switch ourselves to full auto, do a burst here, and we can try and test out. Might get more sight of the vertical and the horizontal combined here. So we'll do a burst here. Oh, extremely jumpy to the right as well. Let's get a reload. There we go. I'm going to give this. I said small grouping is good. It's going to probably all the grouping is going to be good anyway. I'm going to give it 4 points. The grouping's good, and quick to shoulder. I'm going to give it that. It is swift to the shoulder, so I'm going to give that a 2 points for the range test. To be fair, not bad. It could be a lot better. So yeah, let's move on to the raid, and we'll see how it gets on. Right, I'm content with the weapon system on the range. So we're going to take ourselves a new loadout for the raid. We'll keep the loadout the same for every single raid, but primarily we are testing the weapon system itself. So let's get ourselves geared up, ready for the raid, and go in. Alright, I think that looks good enough to me. A bit of protection there, just in case we don't get wiped out before we get a few kills. So on to the raid. Let's test this bad boy out for real. Alright, here we are in reserve, the AK-12. So, weapons are going to fit the laser as well, because that's kind of how I roll in raids anyway, so we'll use that. And let's test this guy out, see how many kills we can get, see how fun it is to actually use, see if we can die, see if it does the job. We'll come in with 5 mags, 1 mag on a weapon system and 4 in my kit. We'll run the same kit for every single raid. And see how well it does. Right now, it feels nice, okay? It feels nice to run, swift up to the shoulder. But it's going to come down to actually battling. We've got a high amount of scabs on this map, which I haven't spawned yet, which I'm sure they will do shortly. Just going to look for the obvious places. So, given that irritate as well gives me the range. I think this map's good to use as well because we both get the CQB encounters as well as sort of medium range engagements as well. We're not going to have long range in assault rifles, so obviously compare what assault rifles are used for, medium to short range. Here we go. So, contact straight away. Okay, that's tasty. Nice. Easy. Easy drop. We'll go on the ground and hope we get some raiders. I hope we'll get some guys spawn now already. Nice, I like that. This is good. I like this a lot. He's down. Easy. Especially with kit. Most weapons are, once they kit it out, to be fair. They are a lot easier to use to engage targets. Let's go back up top. See if we can get some contacts inside the building. Doors open, closing. Easy. Nice out with scavs. Good little scav killer, this thing. Bit of a killer. I would say this weapon gets the job done. You know, there's nothing spectacular about it. It could be reliable as well. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a big drop now. Now I find on the moves a bit sketchy like. Okay. CKB is good, okay? Close quarter battle AKs. They're lovely. It's just the medium range, which is not nice at all, really. Some fucking see me over there in the bush. Fucking trying to throw a flash at me. Okay. So far, quite reliable in terms of no stoppage or jams. It is repaired fully though, so let's see if I can get this guy out here. Yeah, easy. The medium range isn't great on it. I'm honest, especially got ear tech on it. The jump is just crazy. So I'm going to put my opera pin. Ooh. Suppressing fire? What's that like? Let's get reloading it. The inside or outside? Nice. Look, we got killed there, look, in the bush. Right. I'm happy with that little review here. My opinion. I'm going to say gets the job done, 6. Or maybe average. I don't know. I feel a lot of these weapons I'm going to get this job done. But that jump on the horizontal, you sometimes get a lot of weapons are really easy to close quarter battle, so I can't really judge on that. I'm going to give it an average, okay? I'm going to give it a 5. For the first weapon system, a 5. My point, at the end, the very last rifle, that might actually change. I might, you know, move it up and around a little bit. Let's get this guy in there. Ooh, it's chunky, it's a bit jumpy. Yeah, I'm going to give this average, okay? Average for my first weapon system. I think that's a fair enough view for now. And then obviously at the end of the series, we'll have all the weapons lined up and we'll actually probably move them around, which ones I actually really liked and really enjoyed when I look back. But for now, I'm going to give this an average rating, just primarily because of that jumpiness at medium range, especially because I'm moving as well, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Okay, that is all 9 of the tests completed. That brings us to a total of 95 points out of 150. So, the leaderboard. That puts this weapon at the top of the list right now. It is the first weapon, so it's going to be at the top. Probably don't know how long it's going to sit at the top of the leaderboard. But 95 points out of 150, that's pretty good going. I think it's going to be similar to a lot of weapon systems, so a lot of weapon systems are going to be close to that, so maybe a point up, point below. So it's going to be quite tight, I think. Probably by the end of the series, on the very last episode of this assault rifle series, I'll probably move some of these weapons around because, you know, I might have a more opinion at the end of that. So that will be 100% deciding factor. So throughout these episodes, don't take this leaderboard as the final scoring. This might change because my opinion might change throughout each episode using each weapon system. But that puts the AK-12 at the front of the leaderboard with 95 points. So I'll see you in the next one where we look at the AK-101.